When we discussed functions, we discussed something called pass by value, where we are passing the values of the variables in functions to function calls. In this particular example, we will see something called pass by reference, where instead of passing the value, we'll pass the address of the variables and we'll see the benefits of it. So let me first explain to you the program that is written here. In the main, we have two variables n1 and n2, and we are taking input from the user n1 and n2. And then we have two functions, add numbers and average. So I have the prototype here. The return type is int for both. We have the function name and the argument types int, int, and we have int average, and the arguments are int and int. So you see here, it does not matter whether we mention the variable name or not. We just have to mention the type, and even if we mention the variable names, it's not wrong. So what we do, we take the input from users and we print the statement the sum is, and we call this function add numbers n1 and n2. n1 gets mapped to a, n2 gets mapped to b, and we calculate the result as a plus b and we return the result. So this value result gets stored in place of this, and the value is displayed here in %t. Similarly, for average, we have the function called average n1, n2. This n1 gets mapped to a, n2 gets mapped to b, and we are returning a plus b by 2, which gets stored here, and then it is printed on the display. Let's build this program and we'll run it and see. Let's enter the two numbers as 10 and 8. So the sum will be 18 and the average is 9. One of the reasons we are having to write two functions is, from one function we can only return one value. We cannot return more than one values. And other thing is, we are passing the values of n1 and n2 here. Instead, what we can do is we can make use of pointers here. Let's modify this program to use pointers. We'll take two variables here. Along with n1 and n2, we'll take int, sum and average. Sorry, it's already a function, we can't take the same name. We take avg. We change the prototype. We'll create another function int avg vg underscore add. Let's just give it this name, average and add. We'll decide on the arguments that we'll pass to it in a moment. Now we also create a function. The return type is int avg underscore add. Now what we want this function to do is to return both the average and the sum of the two values, and the two values are n1 and n2. But right now we don't want to pass n1 and n2, we want to pass the address of n1 and n2. So two of our arguments will be int star comma int star. So these two variables are int star ptr underscore n1 suppose, and int star ptr underscore n2. So let's just see what the values come here. So we'll just do the function called avg underscore add. We'll pass the arguments. The arguments here are the addresses of n1 and n2. So we pass %n1 comma %n2, and here let us print the values, printf, and our values are star ptr underscore n1 and star ptr underscore n2. Let's run this and see. Enter two numbers, we enter 10 and 2. So here we see the value n1 equals to 10, n2 equals to 2. So what we did was, in this function call, we passed the address of n1 and the address of n2. Here we use the pointers. we took a pointer variable ptrn1 and another pointer variable ptrn2, and then we stored the addresses here and we dereferenced them here to get the values. Let's see if the addresses at both the places are showing to be same. Let's print here the addresses. The address of n1 is equals to %d n1, and similarly for n2 we have n2 here, the address of n2. Let's run this and see. We entered 10 and 4. The address of n1 is 6356748. Okay, we did not print the addresses here. Let's print the addresses. We'll take the same, the address of n1 and n2. Address of n1 and n2. Here instead of %n1, we'll print ptrn1. So ptrn1 stores the address of n1 and ptrn2 will store the address of n2. That is how we have mapped here. So %n1 gets mapped to star ptrn1 and %n2 gets mapped to star ptrn2. Enter two numbers 10 and 4. We have the address of n1 is 6356748, and we see here again the address of n1 which we printed through star ptrn1 is 6356748. Both are same, and similarly for n2. Now one interesting thing to note here is, since we have the address here, if we change the values at this address locations, they will get changed here also. So let's say we write here star ptrn1 equals to 20. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when we print the value here. Let's print the same values before this, before changing the value, and let's also see after changing the value here, the sum, the average, and the two numbers. Or let's just print the values. We'll print n1 and n2. We'll print n1 and n2 here. This is n1 and we have n2, and the same value we'll see before calling the function. So what we are doing, we are calling this we are printing the values of n1 and n2. These values should show us the values that we have entered here. Then we are calling this function where we are passing the address of n1 and n2. Here we take the address of n1 and n2 and we print the values. Then we take the address of n1 and in that particular location we change the value to 20, and then we check the values again. Let's run it and see. We take 10 and we take 2. The sum is 12, the average is 6. Okay, the address of n1 is this, address of n2 is this, and here also we get the same. n1 equals to 10, n2 equals to 2. That is here n1 equals to 10, n2 equals to 2. Now we are going to this function call. Here it shows the address of n1 and n2, and then we are printing the value n1 and n2, n1 and n2, that is 10 and 2. Then we are changing star ptrn1 equals to 20. That is, we are taking the address stored in ptr_n1. We are going to that location and changing the value to 20. So then when we print the value, we get 20 here. That is, we are printing the value through star ptr_n1. We are getting 20 here. And after returning from the function, when we print the value n1, we are printing n1 here. You see it's getting changed to 20. That is because we did not change the value through the variable. We changed it in the address location. It does not matter what the value was there. We went to that address and we changed it. When we do a function call where we pass by value, we are creating a copy of the value. But when we pass by reference, we are passing the address and we are directly manipulating the addresses. So now that we have seen this, that using the address we can change the value from another function. Let's also send the addresses of sum and average. So we'll also send it int star comma int star. In the function call, let's also ask let it take the value of int star sum and int star average. Now we'll also pass the addresses of sum and average. So our first argument is sum and the second one is average. So we'll pass here the address of sum ampersand sum comma ampersand avg. So what we are doing here, we are passing the address of n1, we are passing the address of n2 and also the address of sum and average. Now in this function we have all the values that are required for us. We have the value of n1, sorry, we have the address of n1, we have the address of n2, we have the sum of we have the address of sum, we have the address of avg. So now all we need to do is we will calculate the values and store them in the respective locations. So we can write star sum equals to, so we are calculating the sum of two values that are stored in these locations, ptr n1 and ptr n2. So to get a value from a pointer, we use star ptr underscore n1 plus star ptr underscore n2. So we are saying calculate the value, calculate the sum of the value stored in ptr n1 and the value stored in ptr n2. Add the two values and store it in the location which is pointed by sum. Store it in the location, not store it in sum. We are saying store it in the location pointed by sum, and we tell that to the compiler by using the star character. Star sum means the location pointed by sum. If we write just sum, we are storing it in the variable sum, but sum is actually a pointer and we want to store values. We want to store it in the address pointed by sum. Please remember this. Similarly, we also do for average. Star avg equals to, we take this value, or we can since we already have the sum, we can take just the sum, the value that is stored in the location sum. So we need to take star sum divided by 2. Now let's go back here and we'll print the values of sum and average. So we'll take this, we'll take sum equals to and average avg equals to, we'll say here sum and we say here avg. Let's run this. Two numbers 10 and 2. So you see here we get the sum and average. The sum and average that was calculated here, the sum is 12, average is 6. That we were doing through these two functions, add numbers and average. So add numbers was calculating the sum and average was calculating the average and giving it to us. Now using one function, we passed the addresses of the variables, we calculated the values and stored it in those respective locations. So now we can optimize this program. We don't need these functions int, average and number. Let's delete it. We don't need these two. We don't need these two functions. We build it again and we run it. Two numbers 50 and let's say 40. The sum is 90, the average is 45. So in just one function we have passed the address of all the variables that were required for us. We passed the values, we pass the address of the values that we wanted to work upon, and we also pass the address of the destinations. So in one function effectively we have returned two values, otherwise we would have required two functions, one to calculate the sum, one to calculate the average. Here, because we had passed the address, we are calculating and storing the values in that address. We don't have to create two functions. This method of passing values is called pass by reference, and it's very helpful when we want to do multiple calculations in one function, because we can pass the addresses of the variables where we want to store the values, and within one function we can do multiple calculations.